So, as a kid, I was a huge nerd, as I'm sure you guys can kind of tell. I spent a lot of time with my nose in the books, and I didn't really relate to other kids because I was too busy pretending that I was the President of the United States, a lawyer, an astronaut, and a rock star all at one time. My mind changed a lot as I was growing up, but since age 6, there was one thing that my mind always was fixated on. And that was the fact that when I got to college, I was going to go to Harvard University. And I never changed my mind. Well, as a young brainiac, I didn't play a lot of sports because I was not at all inclined for sports. But I was always defined by my dreams, my aspirations, and my goals. So anything that was, just signified that I had accomplished something, like a certificate, a trophy, whatever, it was so significant to me, and it was like that for the rest of my life. Well, as a kid, I usually achieved what I was going for. I was kind of that overachiever, nerdy kid that kind of just like stood out. Well, I figured when it got to college, shouldn't be different, right? Well, my 12 years of dreams were shattered by an 8x11 khaki piece of paper with a little shield in the corner that says Veritas, and that means truth in Latin. I deliberately choose to look at this piece of paper every single night when I sit down at my desk, and this is why. When it came in the mail, I had nothing but high hopes. I already see myself on the plane going to Cambridge, thinking oh, what classy coat am I gonna wear, when I get there, because everybody on the East Coast has classy coats. But my anxious smile quickly faded as I read the words on the page. We regret to inform you that we cannot offer you admission on this round of applications. And I was crushed. So for weeks I thought, oh my gosh, my whole life, it sucks now because I'm not going to go. And they tell me, well, when you aim for the moon, you land among the stars. I don't think so. I thought, well, when I aimed for the moon, I landed on Uranus. So that was not fun. But one day while I was pondering the veritas of it all, I asked myself this question. I said, Autumn, why should they even accept you in the first place? What makes you stand out over 40,000 people for a 1,200 person class? Your chances are so small. And at that moment, it became instantly clear to me. I wanted to be there more than anybody else, so badly that I would actually keep trying. And so basically, I looked up a quote that night, and it says, I am not judged by the number of times I fail, but by the number of times I succeed. And the number of times I succeed is in direct proportion to the number of times I fail and keep trying. So I pulled out a black marker and I wrote, you belong here, try again. And I stuck it up on my desk, so every night when I sit down to work, it is a reminder that as long as I keep trying, I will always have an opportunity to go to Harvard.